Hey guys, welcome to the Manchester United News channel. Subscribe to the channel to not miss any news, leave your like, and share, you are very important for the growth of the channel. Let's go to the video.
What's the latest on Matheus Nunes at Wolves?
Well, the latest is that Wolves have rejected Manchester City's opening offer. That opening offer is worth in total around 55 million euros, which is 47 million pounds. But discussions are continuing. It'll be interesting to see what Manchester City do next, because in the past we've seen City have a valuation on a target, and if their offer isn't accepted, they've been unwilling to go above that valuation. But we know that he's a priority target. We know he's a player that Pep Guardiola admires very, very highly. I think I was reading this morning that when he was at Sporting, he played against Manchester City. City won that game, I think, 5-0. But after the game, Pep Guardiola said, this kid is one of the best players in the world. So I think Pep Guardiola will obviously have a big say in what happens next. But if you look at it from Wolves' point of view, they paid around £42 million for him last summer. I think it was actually 38 million plus add-ons. So they've invested £38 million for him. Do they really want to sell him a year later for just 47 is a lot of money, but you know, it would only be them making a profit of around £10 million. So, you know, if Pep Guardiola thinks he's one of the best players in the world, Wolves are well within their rights to say, well, if he's one of the best players in the world, you've got to offer us more than 55 million euros.
Yep, and there was talk they were prepared to spend, what, in the 80s for Lucas Paquetá before that one went away?
In total, yes.
Paquetá, for now, staying at West Ham. Where are West Ham on the chase of Mohamed Kudus?
Well, they're very close to signing him. I would be a little bit cautious because there is so much interest in this player. You know, we've had clubs like Barcelona who've been interested in signing him. He's been linked with Arsenal, he's been linked with Brighton, he's been linked with Chelsea as well. Ajax have been very, very firm that they've wanted at least £44 million for him. I think that is far too much as far as West Ham are concerned. They've been trying to do a deal at lower than that figure, around £38 million. I think the player himself wants to come to the Premier League. He wants to come to West Ham. So if I was a West Ham United supporter, I would be cautiously optimistic that this deal can be done in the next few days. But I would be a little bit worried because there's so much interest from other clubs in him as well.
Yeah, there's interest in Sofiane Amrabat from Fiorentina, from a couple of Premier League clubs as well. Just a quick point on the development with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's still a Fiorentina player. Everybody knows he was one of the standout performers at the World Cup for Morocco. Brilliant defensive midfielder. Liverpool, Manchester United interested in signing him. The news from Fiorentina is that they've got a European game tonight against Rapid Vienna in Austria, and he hasn't travelled for that game. Apparently, he's not in the right frame of mind. Now, he's only got 1 year left on his contract at Fiorentina. Fiorentina want him to stay, but they accept that if somebody makes a bid of around 25 million euros, then they would let him go.
Thank you for being with us. We'll start with significant news regarding one of the transfer stories of the summer. Earlier in the window, Kylian Mbappe told Paris Saint-Germain he wanted to leave, and he was planning to leave on a free transfer next summer. But could he now be close to a complete U-turn, a 180, a reverse ferret? Our chief reporter, Kaveh Solokol, is here with us. Kaveh, what can you tell us?
Well, Kylian Mbappe is in contract talks with PSG. It looks like he's definitely staying at PSG. He'll be playing for PSG this season. As far as these contract talks are concerned, what could happen? Well, he could decide to trigger the 1 year extension that there is in his current contract, which would mean that he would stay until at least the summer of 2025, or he could decide to sign a totally new contract with PSG. Of course, this would be bad news for Real Madrid. Everybody knows they've been trying to sign him for a long time. I think this is the fourth time it looks like they've tried and failed to sign him. But really good news for PSG supporters. We've had the annual summer Kylian Mbappe drama, and at the moment, with 7-8 days to go until the window closes, it looks like he's definitely staying at PSG. And one factor we've been told in his decision to perform this 180 U-turn is the fact that PSG signed his close friend Ousmane Dembele from Barcelona. There have also been reports in the French media that another one of the reasons behind his U-turn was the fact that PSG sold Neymar lots of reports that he didn't feel like him and Neymar could play in the same team together. So maybe if you're a conspiracy theorist, you'll be thinking Neymar leaving and Dembele arriving is one of the reasons he's decided to stay.
Interesting. I love the fact that Real have tried to sign him 4 times. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 4 times, shame on, again and again and again. So do you think this is just a move from PSG, from their side of things, to ensure that if he does end up at Real Madrid, as we all think is likely at some point, they will get a fee for him?
That's exactly the whole crux of the matter, is that PSG accept that one day in the future he will play for Real Madrid. They know that that's his dream. But what they're saying is, look, we've invested so much money in you and your representatives and your family, something like £500 million probably, that it's simply unthinkable for you to leave us for nothing. So I think as long as this new contract has clauses or puts PSG in a position where if he was to leave, they would get a sizable transfer fee for him, then he will be happy and the player will be happy, and Real Madrid in the future one day will be happy when they eventually get him. As far as Real Madrid today are concerned, some very interesting quotes from their head coach Carlo Ancelotti. He was asked about Real Madrid's transfer business in the next few days and he was very, very blunt. He said 100% we will not be signing anybody. The squad is closed. So as far as Carlo Ancelotti is concerned, no more new arrivals at Real Madrid, even though in the last few days there have been lots of stories in the Spanish media that Real Madrid are preparing to make one more final last-minute bid for Kylian.
Thank you all for watching. Subscribe to the channel to not miss anything. Leave your like and your comment, that is very important for the channel growth. Until the next video.